On April 5 of 2007, something terrible happened. The game, Boxer's Revenge Moscow Criminality, was released with one of our old acquaintances, whom we would really prefer not to know, but more on that later. The game is amusing not only by its name, but also by its description, especially if you know what it's about. It's always better to show than to tell, but it's better to stop at the description to make sure that those words are true. The key features that the developers promise us are: crazy drive, fights are taking place on the streets of Moscow, racing characters from the daily hectic life of the capital, 3 game modes, career, fight, and 2 players, in the best traditions of Mortal Kombat. I am mostly interested in the last points about the best traditions of Mortal Kombat. If the game doesn't have alcoholics with panties on their faces, who freeze with the case, or a mannish man-made cannibal with the big boobs, then the points about racing characters for fighting games can be crossed out. And what kind of name is this? Boxer's Revenge. Revenge of my ass to the lad from the club who tried to bang me, man. Alright, never mind. Well, let's play and see, lads. That's a promising start. So, thank God we got entered in the menu. The info tab looks like this game is not from 2007, but is actually from 1997. And there must be a readme file. Well, it doesn't matter, let's play anyway. Even though I launched this game for the first time, it still offered me to load a save, so let's try to do it.
Наконец-то я вырвался из этого ужасного места.
Oops, maybe I missed something. Alright, let's go back to the main menu. Yeah, I really like the horror difficulty. Seems like the developers forget to mention something. Maybe in this difficulty, game seems like completely different.
Я был боксером.
Yeah, boxer. On a boxing ring in a jeans.
Так продолжалось до тех пор, пока со мной не произошла неприятная история.
What? He was harassed at the fighting ring? What? Why is he sitting in a position like this? You know, it's kind of surprising what's with the face and a voice like this. He had a friend, and yeah, I hope you recognize our good old buddy, friend, the revenging guy with the guns who was killing zombies in Moscow. You know, like Moscow boxer, the Moscow apocalypse. What's next? Moscow toilets, the shit fighter. And wow, stopping here we go again. Our boxing lad recently takes something on his back. And yeah, just as the description said, fights on the streets of Moscow, yeah, the prison cell battle, that's the famous one. And here it all begins, the Russian Mortal Kombat, in the best traditions of Mortal Kombat. I'm keeping quiet on purpose so we can enjoy it. Of course, I don't know any combat accent, I just hit the keyboards as I can. I also really enjoy the sound of combo when you finish it. It sounds like when somebody's just like flushing the toilet, like this one, which we can see from behind. And what's going on up there? Why does the lamp start shaking? Or is it what? Just a prison full of fighters with the boxers and the criminals, and they're just like fighting just because and yeah, as you can see, this criminal don't have some extra abilities. I don't know, like teleports, like Elena from Mortal Kombat. That's why he's here, because he could just do it. And yeah, it seems like it's just like a fist and like fight, so I think you don't want to see the round 2 completely, so let's just come to the end. Look, my imaginary friends, I won! Ooh.
Этот бой я выиграл.
Every time he's drawn by different people.
Меня впереди. В любом случае, я хочу как можно быстрее выбраться из этого места.
It's no wonder that with such a bad they pested him in the ring and in prison.
Оконный проем некоторое время оставался без решетки. Я, не мешкая, решил этим воспользоваться. После того, как я
And so what, I need to fight with him either?
Дорогу мне преградил сотрудник милиции.
Хотел удрать? Не выйдет. Для этого тебе
Alright.
But it's really weird when they're talking into the police with a voice like this.
But yeah, another fight begins and music just killing me, so I'm going to the menu to turn it off, and yes, you can't, only in the menu. And it seems like this game don't have a saving progress. But if you press the menu button again, music will stop and start playing later immediately. So yeah, it doesn't help at all. But you know what, as you can see the famous lamp from the sky, I guess, because it's the yard. And yeah, we need to kick his ass. Twice. Interesting, isn't it? Just letting you know, I paid for it either, just as the people in 2007. So yeah, they did it again. About scamming. Well, what else to say? The yellow car behind looks bad. I'm punching him, he's punching me, and that's pretty much it. But my favorite part in this ultra combo, which you can see earlier, is like the points I'm receiving, like plus 80 points for ultra combo. Interesting. Where and how can I spend it? Maybe you can find here some analog of the crypts from the Mortal Kombat 9. This would be cool. You know what, I guess that's only me, the dumbass, who bought this piece of shite that's much later. So I guess we came here for only one thing, just like to watch for a couple of new cutscenes. So let's just come to it immediately, because fighting is not that interesting as you can see. This victory is dedicated to you, the shaking lantern from heaven.
Наконец-то я
Watch out,
вырвался
don't rip your
из
pants.
этого ужасного места.
Wait a minute, why does the cop doesn't call for his comrades
Свободе.
to help him to deal with the
Я решил
criminal boxer who
вернуться в
just
Москву
possibly killed his friends and
и узнать,
being harassed into
кто
the shower
и
room,
почему меня
into the
подставили.
boxing ring, into the jail, and now in the yard.
Добираться пришлось автостопом. Ехал я на фуре с дальнобойщиком.
What
В
an
какой-то
interesting
момент
position you have.
он начал вести себя неадекватно и затеял драку. Мне ничего не оставалось, кроме как защищаться.
Ну что, парень, думал бесплатно до Москвы добраться? Ненавижу таких, как
And who's gonna blow me? Great. And what's next? We're just beating up an innocent man who just decided to give a ride to a crazy boxer and jeans. With repeat us, I guess. You know what? Is it highly possible what this game is ideal for a game movie format when you just like only see the cutscenes without the gameplay at all? It's very easy for you. You watch, but I
Дальнобойщик
play.
лежал на земле, а мне срочно нужно в Москву.
Actually, judging by his voice, he needs to go to the bathroom, not to
Я
Moscow.
и в столице.
And who's that? The hobo orc from the Lord of the Rings?
Какой-то пьяный мужик задел меня плечом. Я собирался уже извиниться, но мощный удар в живот не позволил мне этого сделать. Впереди опять
Yeah,
разбор.
unfortunately, another showdown ahead.
Куда идешь? Ты чего, меня не видишь? Сейчас я тебя навешаю.
Ah, it's not the hobo orc from the Lord of the Rings, it's a biker. But not the gay biker from Village People Band, as I know. And yeah, as you can see, I increased my skill a little so I can beat him up in a couple of seconds, like, come get some, Also, I think it's a big mistake what the developers kept silence about the music.
После раздевки в
Just look at
склере
his face.
я перевел
We're both cigarettes, yeah.
и купил сигареты.
Sportsman, boxer, alright. I believe. Wait,
Неожиданно на меня набросилась
who is that? A hookah?
и начала меня бить и нецензурно
For fuck's
выражаться.
sake.
Наверное, она меня с кем-то
Just look at his face.
перенервует
He's an imbecile.
на пределе. Я решил с ней разобраться.
No fucking way, for real. And how is gonna decide to deal with her? To play a fucking chess game? As you can see, no.
Я сейчас их из тебя выбью!
Is this what a revenge is sexy? Sexy? Wait. Whose name sexy? Alright. Maybe this is a revenge sexy and she's doing her revenge of the money, or maybe she's actually like, you know, like his sister because they have almost the same voice, temper and stuff. And Zia needs to beat up the girl on hills, playing as a boxer. Yeah, that's the gameplay right now. But everything what I said before don't have any sense, because we're playing not just as a boxer, we're playing as a revenge boxer who's making Moscow criminality or fighting with it. I still don't understand what that means, but yeah, now we need to kick up the sexy, beat her ass face, especially because she's woman and that's what I need to do with woman, I guess. By the opinion of the game, of course.
Сумасшедшей
That's not what I'm gonna do
я
in real life.
разобрался.
Because I'm afraid of them. And they're
Я сел
stronger
в
than I.
троллейбус и направился дальше. В дверях возник контролер и потребовал предъявить билет. Его у меня не было. Не дожидаясь моих объяснений, контролер за шиворот вытащил меня из троллейбуса. И у нас
Without waiting for my explanations, what the fuck explanations you had? I bought a pack of cigarettes instead of the ticket. Or how is he gonna pay for it? With your ass? Why he's holding him like this and what the... Now it's a poor ticket guy. Was.
Вот так я проучил контролера. Теперь я отправляюсь к человеку, про которого я знаю точно, что он был вместе с моим другом в день, когда его убили.
Looking at the pose of this guy, I can imagine where he could be with his
Где
friends
он
and
часто
what they could
играет
do.
на бильярде. Из
Just take a look how
недолгого
he's
разговора
slowly running his finger down over this guy's chest,
что
and
он
why he doesn't look like elf anymore.
и подставил меня.
And if it's not the final boss, who's gonna be next? The janitor, the kindergarten teacher, the student, pupil, president.
Да, это я убил твоего друга. И сейчас тебя постигнет та же участь.
Just letting you know what there's no difference between him and every other character who we get beaten. Doesn't make any sense. He's the same. I've already completed the game, and yes, this is the last opponent. And don't you think what you were a little bit screwed in the description? You know, just a little about, you know, like the racing characters, the cool streets of Moscow and stuff,
В глубоком
and of course the
нокауте.
traditions of Mortal Kombat. Yeah, That's for sure.
Я вызвал милицию. Через некоторое время состоялся суд, на котором я смог предоставить веские доказательства моей
Какие ваши доказательства?
непричастности.
What kind of bloody solid evidence you talking about? The fucking sentence he said about he's killing his friend.
И жизнь моя вернулась
Wha-
в прежнее
why?
русло.
At least he took off his jeans on the boxing ring, thank God. But you don't need to kill your friends to take them out, you know. And that's all. That's all the game. See you later, lads. You know what? Actually, I just would like to tell you, the streets doesn't look in a way they look like there is no snow.